What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today. Excuse me, got on a little bit late. What's going on, Mr. Eric and Ty? What's going on, guys? Good morning. Oh, I'm already on this screen. Usually I'm on the other one. So yeah, started the stream a little bit different here today. Didn't have as much time to kind of get ready here this morning, so I don't have the scanners up for everybody and what have you. So things are a little bit different, but no worries. So I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not a big fan of really anything today, so I might just kind of sit back. We'll see. I tend to say that a lot of times, and I hit the gas pedal anyway. So we'll see. All depends. Yesterday was a really good trading day. Pretty much crushed it all day long. So yeah, really didn't trade poor at all yesterday. It was really on point, really focused. So that was cool. That was good. But as always, today's a new day. So I'm not a huge fan of anything, honestly. So we might have some more time. We might have some more time to look at some stocks you guys might be interested in. So I'm just gonna quickly run through. I didn't look at GEVO. That was on my scanner earlier, and I forgot to look at that. I meant to. But anyways, we'll do it. The stream's gonna be a little bit different today. We're gonna just we're not gonna analyze too much. We're just gonna kind of run through some things and speak a little bit, just because, well, it's what I want to do anyways. I want to speak today, and I just don't see a whole lot. Right? I'll touch a little bit on IGC. I'll touch on NBEV, Netflix, Tesla. Then we're gonna talk a little bit on the market and a few other things just to keep you guys aware. So first off, IGC. If you guys watched the stream yesterday, we said watch it for a bounce, and that's exactly what happened. It bounced. I ended up trading it later in the day too on some of these moves. So IGC worked out pretty well, the bounce play that we anticipated, so that was good. Personally, can I make my mic louder? Hold on. 1 second. That might help. Come on. Tighten. There we go. Is that a little bit better in terms of the mic? So yeah, I just got to put a little bit closer there. So anyways, with that being said, so IGC, again, let me turn on this. So first things first, IGC, it did bounce as we anticipated. So a lot of people are like, oh, IGC's back. We're going to start buying it. I did make a video yesterday, but there was some account information on there that I couldn't have up, so I ended up having to delete the video. But basically, IGC's some like scamming company, a bunch of BS, a bunch of red flags on it. Doesn't surprise me. I think one of something about like one of their manufacturers for their CBD infused drinks is located in Malaysia, and Malaysia, in terms of any possession of anything related to marijuana, cannabis, it's like the death penalty or something like that. So their laws in place for possession of marijuana in Malaysia is super high. So the likelihood of them having a manufacturing outlet in Malaysia for CBD infused drinks or something around there might be off a little bit on what I'm telling you, but it's pretty much around there. That's not very likely. Their location for their office in Maryland's just a parking lot. It's really nothing. So chances are it's some scamming ass company that's just trying to hop on the wave of marijuana industry. So next, what I was going to talk about is just this little bounce you guys are seeing. Right, this bounce is just a short squeeze bounce, as we anticipated. The run up, the move down, the bounce off of 4, boom. There might be a little run today, but this move on IGC is soon to stop. So just be aware of that. All right, NBEV. So NBEV ended up breaking to the downside. So I do believe NBEV is probably going to see a little bit more downside to it today. I would say it's going to at least try and test the $6 level. I do think that IGC would make sense to test the $6 level today. If it breaks the $6, it's going straight down to at least $5.50 on the day. If it really gets cooking, we could see it as low as 5. But so I do believe we're going to see a red day on NBEV to the downside. Okay. So what's up with the markets dumping the past couple days? So we'll talk about that. So we'll look at the S&P. So if you look, right, we'll do like a 180-day chart. That doesn't look as good. We'll do a yearly chart. And so yeah, here's the S&P basically. Well, this isn't really the S&P. So let me put up the S&P. Okay, so this is the S&P. So yeah, the S&P's dropped from 2,940 to a low of 2,859. So what's that? That's really 40 and 40. So the S&P's really only dropped 80 points. So nothing too significant, but yeah, there's a couple good red days there. The Dow has dropped just a little bit too, like nothing super crazy on the Dow. And then the Russell 200 small caps are getting just annihilated. So that's the Russell 2000 small cap index that's getting annihilated right now. So yeah, I mean there is some definitely some uncertainty. This is the 3-year trend on the Russell 2000 small cap index. It's right now testing its 3-year support trend. So again, really the Russell 2000 small cap index is right on its 3-year trend line support. So, you know, it's not too far-fetched to think that in the near future this might pop up and break its 3-year trend, right? That wouldn't be a good sign for the small cap index. The Russell 3000, basically very similar to your Russell 3000 is basically similar to the S&P and the Dow right now. Not really doing a ton, just kind of pulling back naturally. So again, there's a lot of things. Interest rates rising, the 10-year yield. I can't even remember the ticker of the 10-year note. Hold on. 10-year, yeah. I cannot remember what the 10-year note is here. Hold on. One second. So I'm just gonna use TradingView TradingView for this one. So here's TradingView.com. The 10-year yield right now is kind of reaching a high since 2011 basically. So this big drop over here in 2011, right there, to where we're currently at, it's kind of at a major resistance. So if this were to break through, we could have a breakout on the 10-year, basically the 10-year bonds, 10-year yields. And that's another thing that a lot of people track for uncertainty in the market, as the interest is not really interest rates, but as people are buying more of the 10 years, the price goes up. So that means more people are starting to buy into government-issued bonds. That's seen as a safe haven for when markets are becoming uncertain, because it just is what it is. The government's always supposed to pay back its debt to its, the people that are loaning them the money. So that's really all it is. Those bonds, people buying into them for the, the luxury and hopefully the security that the government's going to pay them back a certain interest rate on those bonds and on those yields. So again, right, that's another indicator with our 10-year hitting a high since 2011. Could be a breakout level that sends the bond price up to $4. So there's a lot of things, right? So a lot of things are starting to kind of show their face right now. A lot of uncertainty. So, it's nothing that we didn't, haven't been seeing coming. I mean, this just all makes sense, right? Hold on one second. Pino, first link in the description of the video is how you would join into our premium service. Yeah, Ahmed, I have the same problem every once in a while. Yeah, Paul, if you're referring to like the 10 years and the bond price, yeah, you're right. When interest rates, it's kind of, you might have it backwards. When the bond prices increase, the yield on the actual rate of return you receive on your bonds will lower. It's when the bond prices are when the bond prices are extremely cheap, that's because nobody wants them. The yield or return in terms of interest on those bonds will be higher to attract more buyers, is the way that works. So yeah, right, that's exactly what's kind of happening. But anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on right now. So the market's been kind of crazy going down. So what's been happening is we've seen a lot of tech stocks dropping, like Netflix. Tesla, for one's been getting absolutely crushed. So Tesla is one that's on my watch list today. After its, a couple downward days. Let's see. Yeah, a couple downward days. It's getting very close to this 240 support level. 244. So probably going to be watching Tesla today for a bounce, maybe tomorrow. We'll see if it bounces today, maybe tomorrow. But I do think there is going to be some type of short squeeze and a bounce on Tesla coming. So just keeping my eyes on Tesla for a possible long play today as well. Bruce, we do a little bit of swing trading in the premium group, but developing a swing trading course as we speak right now. And then when that's all kind of unraveled, then we'll probably gravitate and focus more attention on the swing trading aspect of what we have going on. So we're kind of still in the building phases of all of that right now. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of uncertainty going on right now. So basically what I'm going to do is watch Netflix and Tesla today for possible bounces. Netflix is kind of iffy. It recovered yesterday and then it rolled over today pre-market. So I'm going to be watching this maybe even for a long bias trade today. I know we do have earnings coming up, so that might put a dampen on how things are going to be moving for the next couple days. I mean, earnings are only, let's see. It's the 8th. Earnings are only 8 days away. So Netflix just might be a little bit choppy up until earnings, but you never know. Yeah, GEVO is kind of interesting. I mean, it popped up, but it broke down, and now it's kind of curling. But I could see GEVO having like a little bit of a pop today right out of the gates and kind of squeezing up like that. That's possible, but I'm not a big fan of the way that looks right now. Abi, yeah, we do, but there's some things in our course that aren't fully there, so we're always developing it more. But yeah, our course is pretty, I would say, pretty well. Teaches you quite a variety of perspectives as far as the market. We do go into the S&P and why stocks move this way and how the stocks can be affected, volatility indexes when volatility picks up in the market. So we go over a wide variety of information. Oh, so NIO, I haven't followed NIO for a while. I know it broke below. I thought it broke its IPO price at one point. Yeah, no, not fully. IPO down to 4. I mean, I'm not a fan of NIO. There's really nothing there for me. Very low volume, becoming a barcode. Won't be trading that. LAN, yes. Yeah, basically you guys can all watch and join into our live trading room. It's just you have to be a part of our premium service to do so. And that's the first link in the description of the video. Nope, I don't have shares of short on Tesla. Haven't had shares of short on Tesla on TOS for a long time. So just to recap, I mean, I'm going to follow IGC. There might be something there today. Maybe not. Whether there is or isn't, I'm not too crazy or concerned about it. NBEV, what I'd most likely be doing with NBEV to see is if this has a massive sell-off like it did yesterday, and then I'll look for a bounce play like I traded yesterday, as you guys probably see in the recap video. So just watching NBEV to see if it drops lower today. IGC, I don't really care what happens. I'm just going to follow it. Tesla going to be watching for a bounce today. And Netflix, I'll be watching for a possible bounce today. But I'm not a big fan with the way it gapped up, or sorry, shot up end of day, gapping down. So now there is going to be, you know, a pretty good resistance level right here at 348 they would have to break through. So not crazy about that. I actually think Netflix might start going into a choppy trading action. So Showtime, it's interesting you say that because I was looking at it differently. Right now I have NBEV actually trying to hold the 61.8% extension level. I'll show you. I'll do a 180-day chart. So right in there, 61.8, held there, held there, held there, bounced there pre-market. So that's the level I have. It's trying to hold above right around $6.35, $6.36, somewhere in that area, 6.30, 6.25. So there might be a little bit different way if you're looking at it than I am. But I got it holding its extension levels. So we'll see. I don't necessarily think it's going to be holding up too much longer. So we shall see. We shall see. So yeah, there's been a lot of people talking about PYX. You know, everyone's like, oh, PYX and XTLRY. So, you know, all I gotta say is do your research on the stock. I mean, if you think it's gonna be the next TLRY, you know, go for it. Here's a problem though, is like to classify it as an XTLRY is super speculative. Like, oh, it's just gonna bubble and run to, you know, 1,000 or 300 bucks. I mean, yeah, maybe, who knows. I'm not going to bank on that idea. You know, if you're somebody who wants to play super speculative, then, you know, be my guest. That's entirely up to you. I don't really play the game of speculation. It's usually not the safe way to go. But if you have some money to risk, then sure, pop in, you know, 200 shares or something, let it ride. You know, why not, honestly? I've thought about it, but I'm not that crazy about it. I'm not going to day trade it. The spreads on it are stupid. The movement on it's stupid. If you didn't notice, TLRY, if you really look at TLRY, you didn't really make any money on TLRY during the trading day. Money that was made on TLRY was all after hours and pre-market trading, gapping up. That's where the real money was made on TLRY. So naturally, if you're going to make money on this, chances are, I mean, there's some days it's going to move, but most of the money on TLRY, if you look back, was all made from after hours of pre-market trading and none from actual intraday trading for the most part, give or take a little bit. And that's what I already see happening here, right? It's what I kind of see happening with PYX. I mean, if you look at this, just the 5-minute chart, right? Actually, I got to do it 1 minute just so you realize just how ugly it was. So I'm looking at it in terms of like day trading, right? Like this right here, this whole section, that is just boring. That's boring, no movement. All of a sudden, nice pop, sure, right? And then some really choppy, boring trading with bad spreads, right? So if you're going to trade this, it's going to have to be swing. That's the only way you could really trade that very well. But it does have some pretty good movement at some points, but there's a lot of choppiness in between there. And it doesn't trade a massive, massive amount of volume just yet. So, yeah, play at your own risk. I'm not crazy about it. Maybe I will trade it, just all depends. But again, like pre-market, that's just chop. It doesn't mean it's not going to do well, but a lot of that money on TLRY was all made overnight in pre-market. Onion Head, yes, I do for sure see a market crash coming. Alex, so to anybody watching right now, our premium service is $30 a month, or you could pay $249 for a whole year, and it basically provides to you the same, if not more, than anything you're going to be provided through any other service online. Just usually at a far better price for the most point. So, course, chat rooms, watch lists, classes, scanners, and live trading, all included. So $30 a month or $249 a year. But regardless, with that coming, do definitely see a correction on the way. So again, just to recap here, guys. I'm going to head off now. We'll be watching Netflix, IGC, NBEV, and Tesla. And then, of course, I'll be watching my high-a-day momentum scanner, reversal scanners. By the way, those are all available to anybody who's in the premium service. So if there's not something we see that we like going on in the morning, we do have a bunch of scanners that alert us of stocks coming in and day out to potentially trade. And those are all available to anybody who becomes premium as well. So, and those are trade idea scanners. So trade idea scanners are a couple $100 a month, but you're able to join our service and you'll be able to view and get the same alerts without having to pay for $200 some bucks a month, So anyways, guys, with that being said, I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning and hopefully for a recap video here later today. All right, guys, take care.